The top 10 games 2016, let's go! Woo! Alright, so I'm not going to waste much time getting into this list, but first I need to lay down some ground rules. First of all, the game has to have been released at some point in 2016, surprise surprise. And secondly, I won't be including any remakes or DLCs, so sorry about that. Also remember that this list is entirely my own personal opinion, and amazingly I haven't played every single game that came out last year, so don't forget to put your own favourite list of the games that came out in 2016 in the comments below. I'm interested to see what tickled your pickle. Alright, let's jump on to number 10 then. Woo! If you asked me back in 2012 what my favourite game of the year was, then the odds are I would have replied with Dishonored. The gameplay, the world, the story, the gameplay, it was all so damn good. And I'm happy to say that 5 years later, I feel the exact same way about its sequel, the creatively named Dishonored 2. This time around they give you the option to play as one of two characters, Corvo and Emily, who both have an interesting and fun range of abilities to use at their disposal throughout the game, which offers up a pretty solid reason to replay the game several times, as well as replaying it in a pacifist or shank every Shrek looking fucker style. Just sneaking around and exploring this interesting world was immensely fun, and as always, sneakily taking out enemies is pretty damn satisfying. Overall, Dishonored 2 is really just more Dishonored, which is perfectly fine with me. I really wasn't expecting to put this game on this list at all back when it was first announced, but holy crap, Battlefield 1 is a stunning return to form for the Battlefield franchise. The multiplayer here is insanely fun, with massive battles that perfectly meld aerial, land, and naval combat with skins. Alright, so maybe the whole battle pack and skins thing is pretty shit, but the game is still really fun regardless. The large scale warfare is just insane, and I had so many moments of confusion where I was sprinting away from gunfire as a fucking blimp falls out of the sky and squishes me. Dumb moments like this, and the tense, oh fuck, there's only 20 points for each team to win, quick go crazy, go capture every point, oh geez, oh gosh, oh dang, oh geez, oh hey, we won. Cool. Moments are where Battlefield 1 really shines, and accompanying the stellar gameplay is some really stunning visuals and some great sound design that really makes you feel like there are bullets skimming by you in gunfights. It's really good. It's a real good time. Get some friends together, go ride a horse into battle. You won't regret it. You'll have a good time. You'll enjoy it. It's pretty fun. Also, a single player is pretty good. Rowlet's cute. As a fan of Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, you better know that I was more than excited for Planet Coaster, and thankfully the devs managed to knock it out of the park. The theme park. Everything from manipulating the terrain to building massive death coasters was both fun and relaxing, making me drift away into, thank god it's better than Roller Coaster Tycoon World, park. I often found myself losing track of time with this game, and considering how shitty 2016 was, I really needed a game like this just to take me away from all the stress and the worries, and it did, so yeah. Good job, Planet Coaster. You did it good. The only big downside to this game for me is that the management sections leave a bit to be desired. But if you're like me and just like to build a theme park and relax, maybe trap some guests on a single small pathway and then fire off a roller coaster carriage into them, then this game's probably for you. Go pick it up and build yourself something nice. Take Final Fantasy and chuck in a little bit of Pokemon and those weird pop vinyl figures, and you get World of Final Fantasy. A fantastic, albeit somewhat easy, turn-based RPG, which will suck you in for hours with the polished combat, fun story, and alright I guess characters. And hey, if you're a Final Fantasy fan, then you're gonna have a great time in this fan service fest of a game. Instead of using the standard Final Fantasy formula of finding predetermined characters to join your party and fight with you, World of Final Fantasy has taken a more Pokemon approach, as you can capture almost every single enemy that you encounter and you can use them in your stacks to battle. Without going going into too much detail about this mechanic, I will just say that it's really fun to find classic Final Fantasy enemies to join your crew in Totem Pole with. If you're looking for a good entry title into the Final Fantasy series, or if you're a Final Fantasy fan looking for another fix of turn-based goodness, then WoF is for you. Oh yeah, and Sora's in it now. So, bonus points. It's Sora, he's cute. Look at him. He's cute. Stardew Valley is simply beautiful. Everything from the relaxing soundtrack to the fun farming and various different gameplay mechanics is just fantastic, and look at this. It's like Animal Crossing but with farming and fighting, and it was made by one person. That's right, this entire game was made by just one dude. One bloke accomplished all this, and I still can't get anyone to dance with me at the Flower Festival. Why won't you love me? This game had me entranced for hours on end. Farming, exploring caves, and just chatting to random citizens is all just incredible, and backed up by an incredibly relaxing soundtrack. I just love this game so much. Play Stardew Valley. You should just play it. If you had told me early last year that Doom was going to be one of my favourite games of 2016, then I would have laughed in your face and called you a goober while slapping my knee. But you would have been right. Doom is hands down the best single player first person shooter that I've played in years. This shit is hype as hell. Within the first minute of the game, you're already in possession of a gun and running around a facility fucking demons up and popping their heads like a big old balloon. It's just insane, brutal fun, with a stellar soundtrack to boot. From start to finish, there's never a dull moment in Doom, and the various collectibles and little secrets scattered around the levels, along with the brutally captivating combat, makes replaying the game just as fun as playing it the first time around. And with the new arcade mode and constant updates, there really isn't a better time to start playing Doom. And once you start playing, you won't be able to put this game down. Unless you play the multiplayer, then you'll be able to put it down, because the multiplayer is not great. It's not that good. Final Fantasy 15 is a bit of an odd one for me. I can see all the flaws that this game has, and trust me, there's a lot of them. It's poor storytelling, it's shoddy voice acting, I'm looking at you, Dino, it's wonky camera, I've come up with a new recipe, and the list goes on. But something about it just captivated me in a way that no other game did this year. I found myself going on every side quest that was available just to be able to fight more beasts and listen to the main 4 characters interact. Each character that accompanies you on Noctis' journey are interesting and genuinely likable. That's right, everyone from Buff Mullet to New Recipe are actually likable. This is the first Final Fantasy game for me that has had likable characters in years. Final Fantasy 15 took a bit of a risk with its change in formula, as instead of being a linear turn-based RPG, it's now a real-time action open world game, which I can see being a big turn-off for a lot of fans. But in my opinion, it worked fantastically. The combat, while leaving a bit to be desired, is still fun to use and satisfying, while the open world is beautiful and an absolute pleasure to explore. The first 3/4 of this game are really something special for me, but sadly the last quarter or so of the game really lets it down with an atrocious level and a piss-easy final boss that offers no challenge whatsoever. If the developers just got an extra year or so to refine the later chapters of the game, then I'm sure this would have got my #1 spot, if it still came out in 2016 that is, which it wouldn't have, because if they had an extra year of development. What I'm trying to say here is that Prompto's the best lad. If this list was my personal top 10 games that I played a metric butt ton of over 2016, then Overwatch would have been numbers 1 through 10. I've spent countless hours playing match after match with friends, getting salty when we get stomped, and feeling pretty swell while winning. But what really keeps me coming back for more is those matches that are so close that you get into this zen-like state of concentration, stress, and panic, hoping that you and your team will be able to push the payload just a few more feet in overtime. Moments like these make Overwatch watch insanely addicting, and just a good old time. As of recording this video, there are 23 playable characters that are entirely unique with their own skill sets and uses, making every match feel different depending on who you're playing as and your team's composition. Everything from the tense matches to the varied characters and the constant updates from Blizzard, adding new maps, characters, and game modes for free, makes this game a must-buy for anyone who's even slightly interested in online shooters. Don't forget to buy hundreds of loot boxes though, cause those skins win the games, boys. It should come as no surprise that I'm a pretty big fan of the Ratchet & Clank series, so when I found out that there was going to be a reimagining of the first game to release alongside the movie, let's not talk about that, I was more than excited, and when I got to try out a demo for it in EGX back in 2015, my excitement reached a whole new level. Super excitement. And I'm more than happy to say that this game is fantastic. The gameplay is as fun as ever with some tight controls that make all of Ratchet's movements feel fluid, and it just feels so good. Ratchet & Clank 1 always had my favorite worlds and areas out of the entire franchise, so seeing them all remade in HD was just stunning. It's really a shame that the story and cutscenes in this game are really bad because everything else is fantastic. As always, Ratchet has a massive range of varied and fun weapons to use on the hordes of enemies that he has to fend off throughout the game, with my favorite new addition being the Pixelizer, which it just turns dudes into pixels. It looks great. It's fun. There isn't really that much more I have to say about Ratchet & Clank 2016. It's just a fantastic action platformer that tapped into my nostalgia in all the right ways. If you have a PS4, then get Ratchet & Clank. It's fun, it's cheap, it's great, it's really great. Look at it, it's so nice, it's so beautiful, he's doing flips and stuff, and he's woo! Ratchet & Clank! Alright, so there you have it, my 10 favourite games of 2016. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave your favourite games of 2016 in the description below, I really want to see all of your picks. If you like this video, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to see my videos not pop up on your feed because YouTube. Want to take a moment to quickly thank my Patreon supporters, James, Stuart, Jaden, Joe, Corey, Mark, Classy, Harvey, and Epicat. You're all bloody great, happy 2017. If you want to watch more videos of me doing dumb stuff, then you can check out this video of the Thrustmaster, Freestyler, or this video of the grim adventures of Billy and Mandy. Hope you all had a great holiday and a happy new year. Bye bye.